Let's podcast.
Why did we even want to do a podcast in the first place?
It was more of a result of us being like, we have such great conversations like with people. And I personally feel like I want to store all of the information that I get and the experiences that I hear from people in one place and just like have a place to like look back on and also like share it with other people as I hear them, you know?
Why I wanted to make one rather than watching one was like, it takes me back to something I heard in the Midnight Gospel. Which, again, if somebody doesn't know what the Midnight Gospel is, it's a space podcast done by a animated character, and basically they talk about philosophical stuff, which blows your
Hmm.
brains out. And there was this one thing about how listening to people is part of being alive, or like it is one way to show that you're alive, is like how present you are in the moment when you're in conversation with someone else.
Hmm.
And I found that really beautiful, and I'm like, I love listening anyway, so why not sit with cool people, sit with people I like.
Cool people.
Obviously, yes, cool people. But people who have cool stories. And
No, I mean,
also,
I that makes sense because I don't know. I guess that's what human experience is about, right? Collecting stories. But but I think the most interesting thing is that our podcast is named Unhinged. What does unhinged mean to you? Why do you think we named this Unhinged?
being one with the inherent unhingedness of the world, if that makes any sense. Because if we really think about it, everything that is happening right now is kind of crazy, and it's kind of crazy that we are even here in this moment. So I think we should just normalize the fact that everything is a little unhinged, and just maybe like enjoy it, and just be in the moment, enjoy it. Yeah.
So so everything is crazy,
I
which I think
mean,
everyone
yes.
can agree with. But
What was it for you?
yeah, like it's along very much like the similar lines that all of us are unhinged in the sense, like for me, if I would say being unhinged just means being my most authentic self, because what my most authentic self is to me might be unhinged for other people, right? Because for me, I have normalized some quirks in my life which make my life simpler, as have you, as have other
Hmm.
people. And talking to them makes you realize that, like, oh my God, this thing that I do, it's weird. Not everyone does it. And so I'm unhinged in some way because I'm weird in some way. So I think that is what being unhinged means to me.
And that is, I think, the energy we literally live in.
Yeah, especially now that we've turned 21.
It is sort of a
Because,
chaos.
bro, yeah, because with being 21, I feel like for me, being 21 comes with a lot of this need to feel and look so much more organized. Like, I feel like I need to look more put together, even though I don't necessarily feel that way. And that this is the time to pursue things, and this is the time that I need to make my dreams come true. But that I feel that pressure ever since I've turned 21. Maybe I'm like creating it inside my head, but it's there.
Pressure, I see it in the mom outfits.
Bro, it's
And the
not mom
office,
outfits.
the office outfits.
Guys, I wear this black top with these blue jeans, and Anushka thinks I look like Steve
Who,
Jobs.
who, guys? Who?
And I'm not necessarily pissed because I'm manifesting Steve Jobs energy.
I feel like I suddenly have like this sudden burst of mental clarity. I don't know if it's like a lot of self-reflection, which I have been doing a lot of self-reflection, or just overthinking if we call it in simpler terms. But yeah, I like it. I feel like 21 has started with a lot of like
new
motivation
beginnings.
to be spontaneous and risky, I think the most. It's sort of like the next 10 years I'm thinking, or maybe now it's like the next 9 years because we are 21.
Oh my god.
I just want to like try everything and do everything and never like hesitate to like stop myself from doing anything that I would regret later.
Hmm.
Doing what I'm doing right now and just be happy doing it.
Which is fair, very fair. I also want to be happy.
And so who doesn't? I mean, why not?
Anyways, but yeah, I think that's what our podcast is mostly going to be about. It's us just wanting to get the most unhinged, the most cool stories about people. Mostly we'll be talking about people in their 20s, just because we are in our 20s and that's the kind of information that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty funny and it's gonna be pretty cool, and I'm really excited. Now to the most one of the most coolest part of the podcast, which is going to be the unhinging. Is that what we decided the name to be?
Yeah, it's going to be the unhinging.
Okay, whatever. Yes, the name is still work in progress. But basically, Anushka and I have decided like three questions that are like wacky. Like we don't know what they are. They could be anything. So I'm gonna ask her three questions and she's gonna ask me three questions and like we have to answer it as honestly as possible. So do you wanna do like three questions me and then three questions you, or one question, one question?
No, let's do it like one question, one question.
Okay. Go.
What was your favorite age and why?
Ooh. Uh yeah, how do I choose? We're all equally bad.
Come on, man. Like, you
What
have to
was my
have.
favorite age?
No,
What
like,
do you mean by favorite age? In what
the
terms?
favorite age was when I think it could just be the year that was the best year for you in your life, I guess.
I think I'll say the year I came to college then, 2021. Because that was the most happening year of my life. I was like going on all these trips that I'm like, oh my god, I have to go to America on my own. And then the whole college experience was nothing like I've ever seen before in my life. So I think 2021. I also broke
It's been
I had
something
my first fracture ever of my life.
by yourself. The first
The
week you
first
came,
week of college, I fractured myself. I think
fractured yourself. You
fractured,
you
yeah.
are kind of still fractured here.
I think
Mentally.
the doctor did fix that.
With the ham factor.
Yeah, it's okay. Shut up.
Okay,
Okay,
so
anyways,
2021.
2021.
How
Yeah.
old? What year were
I
you?
turned 18 that year, but I was like 17 most of the year. So
Oh,
I guess 17.
yeah,
Okay, my question.
17.
My question. What animal would you have as a roommate? An ostrich or a tortoise? And why?
I think the tortoise because I vibe with the energy of you do your stuff and I do my stuff, and we can just live together in harmony without intermingling in each other's stuff or causing like it being a problem. And I think tortoise are just like really chill buddies to be with, bro.
Do
Like,
you remember the tortoise
yeah,
at the zoo? Do you
like
still think tortoises are chill
how
buddies to be
how
with?
how big are we talking?
Like a giant tortoise. I'm talking like a.
Okay,
If an
yeah.
ostrich is gonna be this big, then the tortoise has to be this big.
I am not living in the house with the ostrich.
So okay, so tortoise it is then, right?
It's definitely tortoise.
What is this bias against an
Bro, the
ostrich?
ostrich will try to put its no the ostrich will try to put its head into our floor.
That's just bias. But whatever. What is your next question? The answer was tortoise. I see.
My next question is, what would chairs look like if our knees bent the other way around? Like, what do you think chairs would look like if our knees bent backwards? Like instead of forward, like the other way. Like What are you trying to figure out?
I think they would
Clearly,
look the same, bro, because the concept would be the same, right? I think we would just struggle more. We would just be like, we would fall like 5 times before sitting back up
no,
again.
so it would bend backwards. So it would be like your leg would be long and then they would like bend backwards now.
So we sit like this, right? Because it bends like this. I can't bend my finger that way. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, yup.
But it would bend this way.
Hmm.
Swimming law.
The physics they didn't teach you.
I don't know, man. What? How would it be even? How would it even work?
It's okay. You can keep thinking about it tonight.
Okay, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll answer this in the next episode. Out of all the pizza toppings in the world, or if you could create a new pizza topping, which one would it be?
Like if I was a pizza topping, I would obviously be the. Does the cheese count as a pizza topping?
I think it does, but then with cheese. And why do you want to be cheese?
Because a pizza is incomplete without a cheese. You cannot have a pizza without a cheese.
So you want to be the most important ingredient?
Also, like cheese is yummy in all contexts in any food.
Yeah.
Not like in any food, but like in most food.
I think I would be a jalapeno, you know?
Really?
I don't know why.
I mean, that was a very predictable answer. If you asked me what you would be, I would also say jalapeno.
Why? Because I like jalapenos.
And green things in general.
Well, yeah. You would be cheese. Okay.
Okay, I could also be the grilled chicken because that's the most important topic, also. I like some grilled chicken as well.
You could be the marinara sauce also.
I mean, but that's not the topic, that's the
It's a
base.
topic.
That's the
Oh,
base.
that counts as a base. Correct. Okay, okay.
I could be the Domino's oregano flakes. They are the best in the world.
They are seasonings. They don't count as
Oh, okay,
toppings.
okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Go.
How many marshmallows do you think fit inside a whale?
Which marshmallow? The big ones? Like this
You
big?
could consider like an approximate size, I guess.
Okay.
Which would
I'm
be
gonna
like,
say 1 inch
how
marshmallows.
big would it be?
I'm gonna say 1 inch marshmallows, okay? And then how big is a whale? How many feet is a whale? I don't want to say the wrong number. I think it's like
Let's assume. Let's find out how much we think a whale is today.
I am a physics major, okay? If we assume cows are rectangles or circles.
I mean, in that sense, actually, how big would a whale be?
I know that it is like maybe as big as like a pure. So I would
As big as a pure.
like let's say the script spear, like as
No,
yeah,
it's not plain.
it is so big. It is really big. I think it's like
Sorry.
how many feet am I? I'm like 5 feet, right? I think it's like small people. I think it's
5 feet. Huh?
10 feet. It should be. Is that too small? I think that's really small. I think it should be 30 feet.
I think I'll go with 40 feet.
Okay. Should I? Where do we Google this?
You can't Google this.
I have to Google it.
No, that's not allowed.
Then how do I
That's
guess?
not part of the answer. You can't Google it.
I thought I'd allowed to see how long a whale is. Okay, I'm gonna go with 30 feet. How
30
many?
feet and 10 feet in
Breadth and
breadth,
both,
yes.
because we need to consider a volume.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be 10 by 10 by 30.
2 hours later.
And how many inches are there in a feet? Do you remember? 11 inches, 12 inches? 12 inches. 12 inches in a feet. So we are gonna do 12 marshmallows in a 1 by 1 by 12 by 12 by 12 inch box. What is the volume of the whale? It is 10 into 10 into 30, which is in feet. And then we can convert the marshmallow, which is 1 into 1 into 1, and then divide it by 12, 12, 12. 144 into 12 is how much? 288 plus 1440. Yeah, how much is 288 plus
I love
1440?
watching you suffer in the math.
Yeah, 1440. So 440 plus 288. 648, 728. 1728 into 300 is the answer. Now I have to do that also, won't I? So 518400. That's how many
Wow.
marshmallows would be inside of it.
Everyone should comment below.
But
How
I
far off?
estimated the whale to be 30 feet, so I don't know. I estimated it to be a cubert of 30 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet. Like a typical physicist.
I think 30 feet was a little too long, but I said 40, which is even worse.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like because in my physics exams, I think I get credit if I have written like, oh, assuming the whale is 30 feet long if they have not written it. So yeah, it's not a general knowledge.
Okay, Saloni, you get step marks. So you will get.
Okay, fine. My question. If you were wrongfully put in an if you were wrongfully put into an insane asylum, how would you convince them that you were actually sane and not just pretending to be sane?
By just following all the rules and trying to be as unseen as possible, I guess.
You think that just being normally yourself will be enough of an indicator of sanity?
At what point do you think I will do something that
Because
will?
I don't think they'll let you listen to music. Because I don't think you're allowed to listen to music and stuff, right? Like not all the time.
Then I
anyway,
wouldn't
so-
be pretending to go insane. I would be going insane.
Okay, so
I
you
would
would
be
go
going
insane.
insane if I'm not listening to music. All that silence, imagine.
That would be
Like it
good.
would not be normal for me. So how would I pretend to be normal?
Guys, how many hours a day do you listen to music on your phones? Comment if it is more than 20 hours.
I need at least an hour. Like it's like a little bit if you're meditating, a little bit if you're in the shower, a little bit on the way to college.
People don't listen to music all the time, Anushka. That's a you problem. It's an escape mechanism. But what are you
To
escaping
what? I'm
from?
listening to music and I'm an avid enjoyer. And I think people should just listen to music by being in the moment with the music rather than like doing 10 other things. So why not listen to music as a hobby?
Okay, nice. So you would go insane. That was the end goal.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyways, this is the end of this episode. I'm gonna go think about what was the second question?
How many marshmallows?
That I saw.
How would chairs be designed if our knees were bent
You were
backwards?
Oh yeah, that I'm supposed to think about. Okay, yeah, I've designed it in my head. I will show you. I will draw and show you how it will be designed. This is how it will be. Cause like this is the cushioning, and like this is where your like the lower part of your like leg goes, and then this is where your knees bend, and then this is where your like